Jasmine. I'm going to do your tag. It's the 10th of August, 2020. Sorry about that. There are 5 questions. Question 1. How many times have you moved home? I had to write this down, okay, because my dad was a minister. And back in those days, ministers were assigned a new church every year. So at the beginning, I don't know how many times, but then we come up to age 4. We moved to Mayfield, Kentucky. Then we moved to Nashville, Tennessee, and we moved twice in Nashville because we had 2 different homes. Then we moved to Jackson, Tennessee. Then we moved to Evanston, Illinois. Then we moved to Cambridge, England. Then we moved back to Evanston. And then we got a different house in Evanston. I went to college, 2 different colleges. And then we came to San Francisco. This is where the line just starts squiggling again, because I moved around so many times. I lived in 3 different apartments in San Francisco. I lived in Oakland in 2 or 3 different apartments. I lived in the county I live in now. Let's see, San Anselmo, I was a nanny. Then I had then I went to Texas, and then I came back. And then I had my son, so moved to the neighborhood I'm in now, but that was the first apartment, and I'm in my 3rd apartment in this neighborhood, so too many to count. It's pitiful, right? Question 2. Have you been locked out of your home? And if so, how did you get back in? Take a guess if I've been locked out of my home. Yes, I have been locked out of my home many times. They were cheap screens on the windows. They were easy to get off. So I usually just crawled in through the window. One time I couldn't do that, and I called the paramedics. And they came and they let me in, and there's only one reason why they would do that, and that's because I had medication that I needed to take right then. And I don't know if they still do that, but they would then. That was like 25 years ago. And another house I lived in, I never locked the door, ever, ever, ever. So I never got locked out of that one. But now I have one of those, I don't even know what you call them, like a realtor locks. It looks like a lock. You lock it onto your front doorknob, and you can hide a key in it. So I've gotten in maybe 2 times, but one time I was coming home from the hospital, and I was feeling horrible, and I tried to get that key out of that damn lock, and I didn't understand, because this is one of those brain twisting seizure things, okay? Didn't understand how the paramedics ever got it out. So I called 911, and they had to come. I had to call them 3 times that night, okay, because they came and got me. They didn't bring my purse. They didn't turn the effing stove off, and I was cooking. You would think a fireman would check for that, right? Well, they didn't. So they didn't bring my purse. They had to come back to turn the stove off. They came to get me. They had to come back to turn the stove off. And then they had to come back and let me in my house because they didn't bring my purse. Shall we continue? Question 3. Have you ever had braces? You would never believe this, but I have. and my teeth were straight. This is what happens when you eat candy bars. Don't do it. Number 4, have you ever been afraid of clowns? Never, ever, not once in my life. Number 5, do you know anyone who has been in prison? Yeah, I know a couple of people. One was prison, one was jail. And I probably know people that went to jail and I didn't know it. So there we go. There we go, Jasmine. I did your tag. And I'll see you next time. Bye.